Welcome everyone, it's Gray Shirt Guy. I'm rocking the gray shirt as always. Hope everyone's having a good Sunday. And let's just get in the studio update. So what have I been working on? What have I bought? Well, most recently I did the stop motion battle report. You guys seem to enjoy it. If you want to see more, just keep hitting the like button on the other one. Leave a comment for it. It'll let me know that I want to do some more. I do have some more. I do have to paint some more armies though, because I don't want to keep playing Catachan versus Blood Angels. One, I don't have that many Imperial Guard Catachan models to make like a very diverse army. That's basically just like an air wing army. So any other battle report would just be more of the same. Maybe not the same outcome, but like if I built a 2,000 point list and I played with it, it'd be basically just another Valkyrie, some more troops, some more Hellhounds. So yeah, basically the army I had listed on my showcase before is what that would look like, which I mean might be cool. I might do it in the future. But I want to get a few more armies done. And speaking of a few more armies done, let's kind of get into some stuff I picked up. So we picked up Warzone Pterodon, just reading through it. I don't know if I'm going to use the rules for it for any of the armies, mostly just because I only have 2 knights, and I do have Death Company, but I don't think I have enough Death Company to really field anything. I don't have Typhus, so we'll have to look into this book and see if there's anything that I can really field out of it. But I got it mostly just because like it's pretty, it's got a hardcover, and I want to read it so we can get some more lore. And then I picked up some more stuff for my Death Guard army. Picked up some Putrid Blight Kings. I'm going to convert these into Blightlord Terminators. I've already opened the box, that's why it's rattling around. So because Blightlord Terminators have been out of stock everywhere. No LGS in my area has them. Games Workshop's website's been out of them. No store online that I've looked for has them. Amazon doesn't have them. And then the other retailers I've looked at. I mean, eBay probably has them, but I'm not going to go pay eBay prices for it. But I picked these up because they're the right size, and I've got plenty of bits to convert them into Blightlord Terminators. And then we picked up Mortarion because you can't have a super OP cheesy Death Guard army without Mortarion. And I kind of wanted a Boogeyman in my collection, and this is kind of a big Boogeyman. And then I happened to notice that they have Be'lakor, and I kind of, ever since they announced this Be'lakor, I kind of wanted him for my Slides of Darkness army and for my Chaos Space Marine army. And the book Rule 2 for Age of Rust, as they announced this past week, has the rules for Be'lakor, so that'll be fun. So let's kind of get into something I'm working on. So that's what I bought. This is what I was working on. So we have this mad lad right here is a Kitbashed Defiler. Basically, it's made of 2 Mauler Fiends stuck together. It's made of a bunch of bits from a bunch of Imperial kits, like the Imperial Predator kit, the Imperial, the Ball Predator. So from the regular Predator kit, the Ball Predator kit, and some other accessories from like a Battle Cannon from a Lehman Russ. The base from like an old Knight kit, and then some of the other accessories come from the Imperial Guard Sentinel kit, and so basically he's just a kind of a kit bash. He is magnetized, so that's pretty good. Let's see. So you got your magnetization options right there. That's where the Heavy Flamer or the Havoc Launcher, quote-unquote missile launcher, would go. Right up top, or on his shoulders up here, we got 2 magnet points for the Scourge, which is basically the lasher tendrils that normally go on the side of the Mauler Fiend. I put them up top for the Scourge. I don't have any pictures of those because those aren't painted. I only painted the weapon loadout options that I would use most often, which is the autocannon and the Heavy Flamer. And he's got the Crushing Claws. I'm counting those as Defiler Claws. He's on a 160 millimeter base because that's roughly the square footage of a normal Defiler. And I went with a pink with its Screamer Pink plus Druchii Violet, which makes Internal Organ pink, which I think really fits the Plague Marines idea of like instead of like fetid flesh that's rotting, I wanted to go with the idea of flesh that was like newly changed. And like irritated and red, and so that's why the skin is all red and irritated, because he's like been freshly created. That's kind of what I was going for with here. And plus I also, years ago, I painted my first Plague Marine pink. Kind of along the same lines, I wanted pink and bone. I got this thing where I'm not a huge fan of painting traditional color schemes. Like if I ever painted Black Templar, I'd probably paint them white just to be contrarian. I don't know. Maybe I'm too hipster, but I had a whole bunch of green armies. I had Imperial Guard. What was the other? I had Cat Chance. I'd done so much green that when I looked at the Plague Marines, I was like, that's just more green. And I know it's a different shade of green, but I was like, I just don't want to do any more green. And then I was going to do white because, the original Death Guard color scheme from Warhammer Heresy was white. But back when I painted this first one, white just wasn't in the cards. But I was like, ooh, you know what we could do? We could incorporate white in the bone color, so all the weapons will have bone in them. And then I was like, oh, we got to figure something out. And that's when I discovered this pink. And a lot of Nurgle's Rot and Typhus Corrosion, stuff like that kind of helps out. And then for the tentacles, I went with the blue just because I was like, I still don't want to do green, so I went blue. And so it's almost as if Slanesh has infected your Nurgle. But either way, I really like the color scheme. I've had, on the feedback for the color scheme, especially for this guy, since the last couple hours since I posted the pictures, a lot of people really enjoy him. They really like him. They really think it works out really well. I've had one negative comment about being like, that's Slanesh. And I'm like, no, it's Nurgle. But hey, I can use him in, if I ever make an Empire's Children army, it'll fit right in. So, but yeah. And the weird thing about Emperor's Children is Horus Heresy Emperor Children are really royal purple, not pink. And then Noise Marines are like a bright, vibrant pink. Almost like a fuchsia pink, almost just scream loud pink and black. So this is a different hue, a different saturation of pink. And the boils, I went with a yellow with a cream on top of the boils, and I think it worked out pretty well. And then all the metal was super clean with a Nuln Oil, and then I was like, no. And so I started putting Typhus Corrosion, and I didn't know this, but Typhus Corrosion 1 dries super fast, and 2 dries hard. All that all the grit inside the paint, the liquid inside just washes away, and it's like a wash plus grit, and then the grit is left. And so I had to get I had to wet it a little bit and scrape some of it with my finger to uncover the metal underneath of it, because it looked really dark and really covered. And I'm like, oh, why did I even paint those if it was gonna like this? So I cleaned it up. Used a lot of Sterling mud for the base, and so that's what I worked on yesterday. I think this guy probably took me from concept to finish probably 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, probably from concept to finish. And I actually completely set aside my Sisters of Battle to finish this guy, because it was weird, because Sisters of Battle, they're an army I want to do, but they're also an army I don't want to do. So it's I'm gonna finish him. All right, so we got this guy, but where is he going to go? What package is he going to get wrapped in? We're going to wrap him in a little army list I got over here. So let me read this army list. So it's 2,000 points. This army list is primarily composed of models that I had from either Dark Imperium or from some Japanese kits I got while I was in Japan. So we got Lord of Contagion with the Plague Reaper. We got 2 Malignant Plague Casters. We got 1 squad of 7 Plague Marines with a plasma gun. And then one of them's got a Power Fist. We got 2 squads of 6 Plague Marines, and those have a Plague Spear, Icon of Spare, and a Flail of Corruption. And then one of the little champions got a Plasma Pistol. The reason why I have 6 is because when you buy the Japanese starter, the Japanese Heroes kit, it's only 6 models. Now, there's a painting set that you can also buy that has the Malignant Plaguecaster in it. It's a special sculpt. And I don't think it was ever sold anywhere else aside from the Japanese kit. And so I bought 2 of the painting kits, because I bought 2 of the starter kits and 2 of the painting kits. And I forgot that the painting kit actually had paint in it. And I opened one of them up to get the model out. I'm like, oh crap, there's full size paint pots in here. And so I have the other one still sealed. I'm like, well, I have plenty of paint, so I don't need to crack it open. But I didn't realize that I went to the store and I was like, oh man, I need this paint. And then I opened up this painting kit and I'm like, oh, I already own it. I already had it. It was in this box. But anyway. And it comes with a nice starter brush. Oh, really sleepy. We got 20 Poxwalkers because they were in the Dark Imperium kit. The Poxwalkers. I'm going to both enjoy and hate painting those. I don't know how I'm going to paint them, but we'll figure it out. I might paint them like... I might be silly and paint all of them with the same color clothes, like all red. Or I might just pick out 3 different colors for like their shirts and like just paint them like 3 different colors. Ooh, I could paint them like Amazon warehouse workers. I have no idea what they wear though. I don't know if there's like a uniform for them, but that would be kind of funny. Like, ooh, I worked at the warehouse and now I'm a Poxwalker. I miss the zombies. This is from way back before Poxwalkers were a thing. I wish they would have just kept them as zombies. That's me. That's just me. If you feel that way, if you feel the same way, if you feel like they should just stayed zombies instead of Poxwalkers, let me know. All right, so said it was a little loud. We got 1 5-man squad of Blight Lord Terminators. We got the champion's got a sword, befouled runoff, and a combi bolter. Then we have 2 with axes and combi bolters, 1 with a flail of corruption, and then 1 with an axe and a reaper autocannon. Then we have a noxious Blightbringer with corrosive filth. Some of these like spells, they might not be the spells I actually used. It's just ones I picked when I was building these. 1 fetid Blight drone because it came with Dark Imperium. 1 Defiler, which this is the Defiler for the army, and then 1 Mortarion, and that comes out to $19.99. It's a good year. Is it the best army? Is it the most competitive army? No, probably not. But it's comprised mostly of models that I already had, and then only the Defiler, Mortarion, and the Terminators were the only models I didn't already have, and so we're working with what we got. And if in the future I want to flesh it out, we can do that. But let's get into some news, so we can close all that. Nope. Close. Oh man, this thing opened like 14 times. All right, so we had Warhammer Fest this past week, and what did I think about it? So I really didn't look too much at all the Age of Sigmar stuff, but because they already revealed a bunch of the vampire stuff, the old vampire counts, which is now what the Soul Blight Grave Lords, I think is what they call them. Those are cool, but as far as the orcs are concerned, the Beast Snaga orcs probably won't pick them up. I'm just not a huge orc fan. That's pretty much it. I'm not a huge orc fan, and if I had orcs, I'd probably paint them blue. What else we got? What was it? My brain stopped working for a second. They announced Warzone Charodon Book 2. Oh, the new Sisters of Battle stuff. So although I have a 2,000 point-ish army of Sisters of Battle, basically the Knight brings it up to 2,000 points. I do have room, if I don't take the Knight, to add a couple things. I want to add those battle tanks to it. I think having 3 of those battle tanks would be pretty cool. I don't know what they're going to cost, but those were announced. Plus the High Warlord of Terra, she was announced. And like those like mech suits that they're in. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about the mech suits. I think I'll wait to see how like it all kind of works out, to see how the meta really accepts them, what the rules are, see if I really want them or not. I'm not sure, because if I already have an army, I don't really want to know. I don't know if I want to just buy more models, because I would either want to take all of them for like 3,000 points, or I would want to take different units and different army builds, which is fine. I could do that too. But we'll just have to see how it all works out. And then we have the Imperial Guard upgrade Sprue, which now gives special weapons and stuff that used to only come in the command Sprue into the regular box, and then 20 new heads. As someone who has a large amount of Imperial Guard, I have an entire 5,000 points Acadians. Most of them are tanks though. And then I have a Tolerant army. I have a Vostroyan army. I have a Valhallan army. I have a Catachan army. I have a Praetorian Guard army. I think those are the 5 I have. As someone who has a lot of Imperial Guard, I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know if I feel... I don't know, it's good to get more sculpts and more heads and stuff like that. And I'm actually fine that they didn't change the size, because I don't think they should ever upscale regular guardsmen. This is just me. I think regular guardsmen should stay the same size that they have always been. I think if you want a slightly upscaled size, go with scions, but I think the guardsmen should always be just the little guys. But I'm going to be perfectly fine with this new kit if the upgrade sprue is, if you can buy it separately, that would be really good. If you can buy it separately for like $5-10, that'd be great. Or if it doesn't dramatically increase the cost of guardsmen. Because, like, let's see. I don't know. Let's check real quick. How much is a box of regular guardsmen? We'll check just real quick. Guard. Imperial guard. A box of regular dudes. Just hold on. I don't know why it's so hard to find a box of just regular Acadians. Well, are they out of stock? Oh, you know what? We're just going to filter by troops. Oh, $36 right now for a regular box of Acadian shock troops. So if the box goes to $40 and you get all these extra sprues in there, fine. If it goes up to if it goes past $45 for just a box of 10 guardsmen, that's not really worth it. Because, like, yeah, sure, you can get 2 special weapons and like a power sword, but like, are you really going to use that power sword? Like, mostly for my guard now is I always give the sergeant a bolter and a power sword. And then I tend to give either a special weapon to the squad or a heavy weapon to the squad. Rarely now, I mean, I have armies that do have this. Rarely now do I do, I mean, sometimes I will. I'll do a heavy weapon, special weapon, and then give the sergeant something. Mostly because I'm trying to keep the points of the Acadian or the regular infantry troops low. Unless I plan on gunlining them and not moving them. So it depends on what the army's built for. But to make them higher than $36, I don't know if I'm going to do that. Or I don't know if I really support that. I would rather it be a sprue that costs more to give you the option of whether or not you want it, rather than making the kit. The head options are good. I like the head options. More head options are always good. So no big problems there. But yeah. And then they announced Age of Sigmar 3, which I don't even think... do I have the General's Handbook? I don't think I do. I think all I have is like a couple rule books for like... Maybe I do. Maybe I'll have to go look. I don't think I have the actual Age of Sigmar rule book, because I have a bunch of models for Age of Sigmar, but I don't have any armies built. So that's pretty much the main reason. Yeah, so that's what it was announced. But they just announced that the Fallen Codex. So in the next White Dwarf, we're going to get a Hereticus index for the Fallen, and I have all those Fallen models that I haven't built. And so, I'm getting jazzed. I'm definitely going to order that. It's coming out on Saturday, and then they just announced the pre-order for all of the Soulblight Gravelords is dropping, and I don't need any Soulblight Gravelords because I think I have plenty for my Soulblight Gravelords army. I still have plenty of the older models. So, but it's always good for new armies to come out for both Age of Sigmar and 40k. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the update. Hope you guys enjoy the stop motion. Hope you guys enjoy the Defiler. And although I pointed up there, but it was down here. But whatever. Yeah. And I'm gonna go. I'm gonna paint some more models. I've got some Sisters of Battle. We're gonna try working on. Try to get some paint down. So hope you guys have a good one. See you around. Later.